was always, Batman and Robin and the Batmobile. I actually own a Batmobile, the 1966
I'm
version
aware.
and everything.
How did you come by that?
I actually wound up buying. I did a Comic Con in Knoxville, Tennessee, Fanboy Comic Con, and Adam West was supposed to be sitting next to me at the Comic Con. It was the only reason I agreed to do it. And they said, Adam West, and I'll put you. The promoter said, I'll put you next to Adam. And I said, oh my gosh, that's great, because, I had done years ago. We had Adam West in the 70s on our Memphis wrestling show, and he and I did a little skit. I had a Super King outfit on, and he had his Batman outfit, and he and I had a little confrontation. And I was just excited. That would have been the first time I'd seen him since that time. So I get up there, and I getting my table set up and everything, and here's Adam's booth and that sort of thing. And then right across from that, there was a guy. His name was Matt Lawler, and he had this custom Batmobile that he had built himself, and it was awesome. And it just and this guy, he was cool. He had on a Batman outfit, the full regalia. And he looked as much like Adam West in that outfit as Adam West did. And so he looked like a young Adam West, right? So he was, people were coming by and having their picture made with he and the Batmobile. And then Adam West is going to be right across from it. And when as I'm setting up about an hour before the show started on that Friday, the promoter comes by and he says, man, you're not going to believe this, Jerry. I said, what? He said, Adam West canceled on me. I said, you got to be kidding me. He said, no, but don't despair. He said, I've got the $6 million man, Lee Majors, coming in to take his place. Well, cool. I said, I don't care about Lee Majors. I don't care about the $6 million man. I want Adam West sitting next to me, right? So anyway, he had a problem with his back or something, and he called and canceled at the last minute. And the not funny, but I just spoke to him a few months ago at a Comic-Con. Lee Majors agreed to come in that day to take Adam West's place, and it was funny. The promoter, like I said, this is Knoxville, Tennessee. The promoter sends somebody, a friend of his, to the airport to pick Lee Majors up and bring him and his wife straight to the Comic-Con. And anyway, the Comic-Con starts, and this is like an hour gone by, and the promoter keeps coming by going, I don't know where he is. I don't get it. Anyway, he comes back by a few minutes later and says, oh, you're not going to believe this. My idiot friend that I sent over to pick up Lee Majors, he said, I don't know if he ran the stop sign or somebody ran the stop sign. Anyway, he got T-boned.
Oh, man.
And Lee Majors is at the hospital right now.
Yeah.
And about maybe 2.5 hours later, in comes Lee Majors, the $6 million man now. He's got his left arm in a sling, right? And he's kind of all bruised and banged up, but he came straight from the hospital.
Man, that's dedication.
Yeah, that was dedication.
I guess that was not the mechanical arm then.
No, it must not have been. I think he used the mechanical arm to sign the autographs with.
Well, speaking of that, so I know that Oh, go ahead.
I got sidetracked from the story.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even find out about the
Batmobile.
car.
Yeah. Anyway, after the 3 days of doing the Comic-Con, and I'm sitting there looking at the Batmobile and watching people have their picture made with it, I became, got to know and talk to this Matt Lawler guy. And somewhere towards the end of the con, I went up to him and I said, Matt, would you ever consider selling the Batmobile? And he went, oh, man. He said, oh, yeah. He said, I'll tell you what. He said, this is the first one. He said, I've actually built 3 of these things, and for other people. He said, but this was my first one, and I'm really partial to it. He said, but I don't want to sell it, but I'll build you one. And I said, how long would that take? He said, probably 8 or 9 months, maybe a year. Mm-hmm. I said, I'm an impulse buyer. I said, I would buy that today, but I don't want to wait a year on something. So anyway, we parted ways, and about a month went by, and I got a call from a friend that lived up in near Knoxville that knew this Matt Lawler guy, and he said, Jerry, were you serious about buying that Batmobile? And I said, yeah, I was serious then. And he said, well, I'll tell you this little story. He said, I know Matt Lawler. He said he's been taking care of his father. His father has Alzheimer's, and they've just found out that they're going to have to put him into a nursing home. Mm-hmm. And looking at how much that's going to cost, he said he's changed his mind and he would be willing to sell the Batmobile. So he gave me his number, and 2 days later, here comes a truck pulling up with the Batmobile on the back of it down in Memphis, and I paid him a lot of money for it, but so I guess we were both happy. Yeah, that's how I got it.